Right now at 4, North Texas sees another day with triple-digit heat, but Sunday storm chances could cool things down. Jesse's full forecast coming up. Tensions between the U.S. and Iran rising again, and so are gas prices. What this latest conflict could mean for your wallet. And she waited 60 years to reach space and prove that dreams don't have an expiration date. Tonight, we're remembering grapevine legend Wally Funk and her incredible journey. Well, we want to start this afternoon in Irving, where police are looking for additional victims right now. Thank you for joining us. I'm Chris Lawrence in for Jason today. They arrested a young man accused of secretly recording women inside clothing store restrooms and dressing rooms. Macarius Bates is 19 years old, and investigators say he was arrested after employees caught him filming inside a restroom at the TJ Maxx on North MacArthur Boulevard. Officers searched his phone and uncovered more than 200 photos and videos dating back several months. Coming up tonight at 6, Scoop Jefferson looks through court documents detailing other invasive recording incidents to show us why police believe more victims could be out there. Now to Collin County, where a Plano ISD teacher appeared in court to face first-degree felony charges. Police arrested Paul Campbell Wednesday and accused him of sexually abusing a child. Investigators say the victim's parents came forward on the 4th of July, and they believe the alleged abuse happened multiple times inside Brinker Elementary School, where Campbell most recently worked. Police are investigating whether there may be additional victims.
Well, we're not necessarily fishing for victims on this, but we do want to make the public aware of people that may have had him as a teacher in the past or students in the past, to be aware of it, maybe have a conversation with their child.
Plano ISD released a statement calling the alleged conduct reprehensible and said they're taking action on Campbell's employment. The U.S. military is ramping up its offense right now with new strikes hitting 90 military targets in Iran, and the country's foreign health ministry says 14 people have been killed. The Trump administration says Iran started the new round of attacks by targeting commercial ships in the Strait of Hormuz, but Iran claims the U.S. also targeted its infrastructure, prompting new strikes on American bases in Kuwait, Bahrain, and Qatar. U.S. officials say all of those missiles were intercepted, and President Trump says the temporary truce is over.
Obviously, they're going to go after U.S. military assets in the region, potentially the bases that were housed on in the Gulf states.
Hundreds of thousands of mourners gathered in the streets of Mossad today for the final day of Ayatollah Khamenei's funeral. Iran's supreme leader was killed by U.S. and Israeli strikes on the first day of the war. As tensions continue to rise, so too do gas prices. As Karen Kafo reports, they just had the biggest overnight jump since May.
The U.S. military said it hit 90 targets along Iran's coastline early Thursday, while Iran said it targeted U.S. military bases in Kuwait and Bahrain, after President Donald Trump on Wednesday said the ceasefire between the two countries is over. The clashes bringing more volatility and uncertainty to the region.
Every time these strikes are exchanged, every time there's a threat of further airstrikes from Iran on the Gulf Arab states, even if they're limited to U.S. air bases on their territory, it causes real disruption.
Amid the new strikes, traffic has slowed through the Strait of Hormuz. After oil prices made their biggest single-day gain since May on Wednesday, gas prices followed overnight. AAA says the average U.S. gas price surged 5 cents a gallon to nearly $3.85 Thursday, the biggest one-day gain in more than 2 months.
A 5-cent overnight jump is something to watch, but because crude oil remains in the $70 barrel range, that is a bit of comforting news because we haven't seen crude oil spike into the 80s or 90s or even above $100.
Thursday, oil prices retreated, with some observers doubtful the conflict will make a broad, full-scale re-escalation.
We'll have to see how Iran plays their role. But again, the economy is in such dire straits. I don't see them really having that much time to get back into a full-time war with the United States.
Sources say mediator countries were working Thursday to bring the U.S. and Iran back to the negotiating table. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafo.
Well, after 2 triple-digit days, did we hit 100 today, or did it cool down? I use that word very loosely.
The day is still young.
Okay.
We're close.
Okay.
We might do it. This is just the beginning. You know, we average 20 of them a season. So.
I know. I know there's not much real difference between, 98, 99, and 100, 101, but it's more the counting. You start counting, okay, how many of these are we going to get? And I kind of use that as, was this a mild summer or was it
it's a good
kind
measure.
of a brutal summer? Yeah.
You commented on my Facebook saying, well, since we hit 100, maybe we'll stay below 95 for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And I said, maybe I'll be voted the sexiest weatherman alive. Go ahead and send in your votes, wherever that may be. Thanks, Lee. Lee's laughing. I don't appreciate that. 98 degrees the temperature now. The Trend Tower camera in Rockwall. Heat index is 103. It's hot. It's humid. So like Chris was asking, it's close to 100 degrees. We'll see if we can do it. We have some fair weather cumulus popping up here in North Texas. How about 101 tomorrow? Does that sound good? No? Okay, I agree. 99 McKinney, 100 Fort Worth, Granbury 97, Graham 100, 101 Archer City. It's a hot day tomorrow. The normal high is 95. So, I mean, we're in that territory for sure. We're going to be dry tonight. We're going to be dry on Friday, but I'm bringing rain chances back. Saturday, it's minimal. It's 1 or 2 thunderstorms that pop up in the afternoon. Sunday, the coverage is higher. 40% coverage of showers and thunderstorms, and with the clouds around and a little bit of rain, 96. That's not very refreshing, but it's a start. We'll talk about the timing of the rain chances on Sunday coming up.
Well, this afternoon, we're remembering a trailblazer in the world of aviation and spaceflight. Grapevine's own Wally Funk has died. She spent decades fighting for the chance to go to space and was 82 years old when she finally achieved that dream. Sheila Giggy first shared her remarkable story about 5 years ago, and now he's giving us a look at her resilience and determination.
The middle of the West Texas desert is the middle of nowhere. And yet, people from everywhere,
New York,
showed up.
Brooklyn.
They came to see a rocket launch.
It's like it's ready to fly.
Most waited all night. But what's more impressive than spending hours in an empty desert
I mean, I think it's amazing.
is waiting 60 years to get here.
And I want to thank you, sweetheart, because you made it possible for me. I've been waiting a long time.
Wally Funk wasn't the first woman to go to space, but she could have been.
She has been denied this for so long, for I think like 60-something years.
Wally trained to be an astronaut.
Oh, you can hear it now.
But in 1961, NASA didn't want women going to space.
No way could this happen.
By the time they finally relented, they said she was too old.
Wally Funk is the one who deserves to be up there.
Jeff Bezos finally gave her the chance.
Can you believe a woman? Yeah, her dream came true.
Some in Van Horn watched from the high school auditorium.
I believe they should have let her do this a long time ago.
She's waited 82 years.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I felt so charged. I was not nervous. I was just normal person. It was great. I loved it. I could hardly wait to go again.
Wally was in space just 4 minutes, far less than she might have been decades earlier. And while this does not erase that mistake, it's proof that wherever there are barriers, women will knock them down.
It's never really over until you say it is. And I mean, she really went to space at 82 years old, so.
Thank you. More to come.
Coming up next, a family in Houston is demanding answers after their loved one has a deadly encounter with ICE agents, why officers say they had no choice to open fire. And the mayor of New York vowing to investigate what caused workers to race against the clock after a high-rise started buckle. And a new pill giving pancreatic cancer patients something they never thought possible, more time. Doctors are calling it a potential lifeline.